Morning class. This is your science class. So today we will be studying chapter 7, that is getting to know plants. First we have introduction. In introduction, what is there? We have different types of plants. You all must have seen some are flowering plants and some are non-flowering plants. Flowering plants are those plants which bear flowers. For example, rose, mango, mustard and sunflower plant are all examples of flowering plants, while the plants which do not bear flowers are called non-flowering plants, or you can say them flowerless plants. For example, mushroom, mosses, ferns and pine tree are examples of non-flowering plants. Now next we have what are herbs, shrubs and trees. First of all, let's study about herbs. Now what are herbs? Herbs, the word herb is usually used in reference to a herbaceous plant, which means that any plant that does not contain woody stems is called herbaceous plant. Herbs are small plants which are having a soft and delicate stem. Means what are herbs? Herbs are very small plants and they have soft and very delicate stems. They do not have woody and thick stems. Okay. The stems of these herbs are often juicy and fleshy. Means the stems, there is juice present in the stems of these plants. That is the herbs. Some examples of herbs are balsam, wheat, mustard, corn, paddy and coriander. Next we have shrubs. What are shrubs? Shrubs are medium sized plants with a hard and woody stem. What are shrubs? They are medium sized plants. They are not too tall, not too short. They are of medium size and they have a woody stem. Their branches come out near the base. They are less than 3 meter tall. Means they are not much tall. They are less than 3 meters. Okay. However, some shrubs may grow as tall as a small tree. Clear? We have examples of shrubs are lemon, henna, guava, croton, rose and pomegranate are all examples of shrubs. Next we have trees. What are trees? Tall and big plants with hard and thick woody stems are called trees. Now the trees, what are trees? Trees are having a thick woody stem. Some plants, when they grow up, they become trees. The trees are having woody stems and the main stem of the trees is called trunk. For example, eucalyptus tree, oak tree, teak tree, peepal tree, neem tree, they all are very big in size. Okay? Trees are the plants which are very big in size. Now next we have climbers and creepers. Climbers and creepers are those plants which climb through along a rope or along any part. Okay, a plant having thin, long and weak stem. Their stems are very thin and weak, which cannot stand upright. They cannot stand on their own. They take the support of anything, either a rope or any rod or anything. Okay, they are called climber. Plants of pea, bittergourd, money plant, grapevine and beans are examples of climbers. Now next we have creepers. Creepers are those plants which creep on ground. They do not climb, they just remain on the ground itself. They have thin, long and weak stem which cannot stand upright and spread on the ground. For example, pumpkin, watermelon and muskmelon are all examples of creepers. You can see the photos are given in this page. They are creepers plants, pumpkin plant and watermelon plant and muskmelon plants are shown, and Above that we have bean plant, money plant and pea plant, which are climbers. Okay. Parts of a flowering plant. Next we have, what are the different parts of a flowering plant? Flowering plant is a plant which bear flowers. For example, rose, marigold, pansy and balsam are all flowering plants. A flowering plant has different parts to carry out different functions. Means different functions are performed by different parts of a flowering plant. Most of the flowering plants have two systems. Which two systems? Root system and shoot system. First of all, we have root system, then we have shoot system. What is the root system? The part of the plant which remains below the soil. Okay, root system is that part of the plant which remains below the soil, and while the part of the plant which is above the soil is called the shoot system. Clear? Now next, let's study more about root system. Root system consists of roots and its many branches. The first root is developed from a seed. The main root that is developed from a seed, that is called primary root, and the primary root produces many small branches which are called secondary roots. The smallest branches bear root hairs. Means you all must have seen in the root, in the branch, secondary roots branches, you have small hairs are there. Those are called root hairs. Okay, the branches that arises from the main root are called lateral roots. The branches that arise from the main root, they are called lateral roots. A plant may develop into one or two main kinds of root system. They are the taproot system and fibrous root system. Now what is the difference between taproot system and fibrous root system? In taproot system, primary root that is there, it grows straight down. It remains larger than any of the secondary roots throughout the life of the plant. And the examples that come in taproot system are mango, neem, pine, carrot, radish, beans, peas and balsam. They all have tap root system. In fibrous root system, you can open your next page. In fibrous root system, the primary root does not remain larger than the secondary roots. Many slender roots grow out in all directions. See, in taproot system, what I told, that primary root grows straight down, while in fibrous root system, the primary root does not remain larger than the secondary roots. Many slender secondary roots grow out in different directions. Okay, just remember the difference between the taproot system and fibrous root system. This is the major difference between them. And what are the examples of fibrous root system? Wheat, maize, rice and grass develop which type of root system? Fibrous root system. You can see the picture is shown here of taproot system and fibrous root system on your screen. Fine. Next we have functions of root. What are the different functions of root? First one is that the root helps to anchor the plant to the soil. Okay, root helps to anchor the plant to the soil. It absorbs water and minerals from the soil to help plants to grow. What does the root do? It absorbs all the water and minerals that are present in the soil so that the plant can grow to a proper growth. Clear? The roots hold the soil together. Even the roots are also responsible for holding the soil together. So they avoid soil, they prevent the soil from getting eroded. That is, they prevent soil erosion also. They are the main ingredient to prevent soil erosion. Roots, why? Because they hold the soil together. That is why they help to prevent soil erosion. That's all for today class. Next, we'll continue in the next class.